Hello and welcome to Entitled App Engine Mechanics. Let's get an app going and do the first logical thing in the process, configure the instance behavior of our app. We'll first get a Google Cloud Platform project, a Cloud9 workspace, and an App Engine app all ready to go, then work with the deployment file to configure instance lifecycle options. In this section of the course, we'll see how we can configure an app's development files to get the kind of runtime behavior we need. We'll then begin integrating the base services we've previously discussed to solidify our app's foundation. The data store setup will need some additional attention in getting Objectify implemented. And finally, we'll take a first look at Google Cloud endpoints and see how it can fit into our app's design. With that, we'll get busy in the first video of this section's series and get a new Google Cloud Platform project defined. We've been through this process in a previous demo, so setting up a new Google Cloud Platform project for our new app should not throw any punches or surprises. We need to be sure to make this an App Engine specific project by following the wizard in the GCP console's App Engine UI. Then we must enable billing so our Cloud9 integration works properly and we have access to all of the services that we want. We'll then be able to set up our Cloud9 workspace and then configure our new app so it's ready for code and ready to deploy and run in the cloud as we have configured it to do so. In this video, we'll see how first we can get a new Google Cloud Platform project defined and a Cloud9 workspace set up. We can then get an App Engine app set up and ready for code. And finally, we can begin working with the app's deployment configuration files to get the kind of runtime behavior we're anticipating. To get our environment and project set up, we need to first create a new Google Cloud Platform project, then make it App Engine enabled, add billing to the project, and then move to Cloud9 where we can define a new workspace that is integrated with Google Cloud Platform and attached to the project we just defined. We'll use Maven to clone a skeleton App Engine Java project and grab all of the project's dependencies. In the process, we'll reconfigure the necessary options for our needs, and finally, we'll deploy the app to App Engine to verify the project's configuration and deployability. From the GCP console, we can create a brand new project, name it, call it C9 Star Wars app, and then, when the project is created, we can use the hamburger menu dropdown to select App Engine. The console then provides an App Engine setup wizard where we can first select our development language, Java, and then we select our deployment region. I'm choosing US Central. App Engine then prepares the services we need and assigns them to our project. We're now finished creating and configuring our initial App Engine project and can move to the console's billing screen to be certain that billing is enabled on this project. I have a payment method set up on my account, so billing was automatically enabled as this project was created. You may need to go through the steps of creating a payment method and assigning billing to your project. We can now move to the Cloud9 dashboard and create a new workspace for our project. Click the green Create New Workspace button and name the project GAE Star Wars. You can provide a description, and then we select Google Cloud Platform so we can integrate this workspace. From the project options, select the project we just created, then click the green Create Workspace button. With our workspace created, we first need to open a terminal on the workspace root so we can begin using Maven commands. The first command is the following. This will use a specific archetype with a specific App Engine version and integrate a specific Google Cloud Platform project by name. I'll insert the name C9 Star Wars app into the command. Here's the entire command in larger type. Pause the video here if you need to. Hit Enter to run the Maven command, and the project begins to materialize. At the first prompt, choose option 5. Then, indicate archetype version 12. At the group ID option, which is a namespace, use a reverse URL. Then, for artifact ID, use the Google Cloud Platform project name again. Default with the Enter key through the remaining options, and the completed project will emerge. At this point, we need to manipulate the new project's pom.xml file to configure resources and errors. We then will edit the App Engine XML file, the App Engine deployment descriptor, to update the project's version indicator. Then we'll be ready to run and deploy the functioning app to the cloud. First, we can open the pom.xml file in the editor. Change the appengine.maven.plugin.version entry to 1.9.51. Next, we can scroll to the end of the file and change the App Engine Maven plugin, the last plugin listed, to the following. This gives us the ability to run the project on Cloud9. Here's the code in large type. Pause the video if you need to. We can save these changes, then click Find. In the Find criteria, enter appengine.version. There are 5 entries found. These all need to change to appengine.sdk.version. Save the file. Next, we can open the appengine.xml file in the source/main/webapp/webinf directory. Here we need to hard code the version entry. We'll use first as the version name. We can now save this file, and we're ready to test this on the dev server. Change to the C9 Star Wars app directory and use the command mvn clean install to build the app. With a successful build, we can use the command mvn appengine::dev-server to start the development server. This project will build again, and the dev server will start. We can then use the Preview button and select Preview Running Application to open a browser and see our included example app, which is a guestbook application that should just work. I'll make a guestbook entry and click Post, then another. It appears to be working correctly. We can change to a different guestbook. This all works, and we've created some data in our development data store. We can now deploy to App Engine and see if we're configured correctly. Use Control-C to stop the dev server, then use mvn appengine::update to begin the deployment process. This will upload our app to the configured project in the cloud and run it there. If we switch to our GCP console from our App Engine dashboard, we can select versions from the drop menu and see our app version, named first, present, and accounted for. If we click the link, we can see our App Engine in a new browser window and test it out. Here in the live environment, we can see that authentication functions properly. It appears everything else is working as well. We got a new project, workspace, and app defined and configured to run in the cloud as we need it to. This app is now ready to begin integrating with supporting App Engine services and resources to formulate a foundation on which to build the app's logic and features. In this video, we got a new GCP project defined and a Cloud9 workspace set up. We got an App Engine app set up and ready for code, and we began working in the app's deployment configuration files to shape the kind of runtime behavior we're looking for.